morning and welcome to this morning's newspaper review on Emirates Radio. Emirates Radio is located behind the Federal Ministry of Environment off Old Jebba Road, Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. It's a beautiful Thursday morning here in Ilorin. And good morning again, Najeebat. Good morning. How was
Good
your
morning.
night?
It was
You're looking
nice.
dazzling as usual.
As well as you.
Thank you. Okay, as you already know, we do it here on the newspaper review on Emirates Radio. We bring you the newspaper headlines first, and they will take you through the news in details. And the newspaper we have this morning, the Daily Post newspaper, the Punch newspaper, and our very own online royal newspaper. Do you have other ones that
I
think
the
you have
Punch and the
Nation newspaper. Okay, so we are going to take a very short break, and we'll be back right now. Okay, welcome back from that very short break. On the Punch newspaper this morning, I have the Nigerian despised by terrorists for choosing tolerance over tyranny, says Tinubu.
Starting from our very own royal newspaper this morning, Kwara government confirms statewide environment and sanitation tomorrow.
Still on the Punch newspaper this morning, I'll protect Yoruba's interests if elected, if elected president, says Atiku. Like, seriously, Atiku?
So on the royal newspaper this morning, Kwara hosts stakeholders for sustainable health programs.
Oh, that's good. Still on the Punch newspaper this morning, Olubadan coronation, Oyo gears up for historic events.
Moving to the leadership newspaper this morning, Yuletide, CBN assures Nigerians of adequate supply of Naira notes.
Oh, that's good. Still on the Punch newspaper this morning, Ibas meets Tinubu, EFCC chair in Aso Rock.
Still on the leadership newspaper this morning, digital literacy, DRPC trains 150 teachers, donates ICT lab, Harvard scholarship in FCT.
Away from the Punch newspaper this morning is the Daily Post. 2027 concerned Southeast political leaders scrutinize Peter Obi's single-term proposal.
Moving to the Nation newspaper this morning, Association joins United Nations in global call for peace.
Okay, still on the Daily Post newspaper this morning. So 2027, playing ethnic card won't work. About Islam's Atiku over Yoruba comments. Of course, it cannot work. We are not stupid now.
So on the Nation newspaper this morning, Enugu begins transition to smart green schools.
Oh, and then on to our online royal newspaper, Emir of Ilorin greets Senator Sali Mustafa at 53.
Moving to the Punch newspaper this morning, Tinubu urges Commonwealth to award 2030 games to Nigeria.
Okay, I think this is a very sad one here in Kwara. Emir of Ilorin mourns Khalifa to Tijaniya Sheikh Abubakar Yusuf Agbade.
May so rest in perfect peace. Still on the Punch newspaper this morning, Tinubu Dakolo offers to pay school fees for struggling parents.
Oh, that's a very good one on the Dakolo side. Okay, so that's on the headlines. So stay with us as we take you through the news in full. Okay, on the Punch newspaper this morning, Nigeria despised by terrorists for choosing tolerance over tyranny. President Bola Tinubu has said terrorists despise Nigeria because it chooses tolerance over tyranny, adding that its bitter experience had shown that violence never ends where it begins, while President Kassim Shettima, who represented President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the ongoing 80th session of the United Nations General Assembly in New York yesterday, delivered the nation's statements on behalf of the country. Speaking on global security challenges, Shettima said terrorist groups across regions sought to poison humanity with hate and division. We are despised by terrorists because we choose tolerance over tyranny. Their ambition is to divide us and poison our humanity with a toxic rhetoric of hate, Shettima said. He explained that Nigeria's stand against violence was not only because of international law, but also due to its own experience with insurgency. Oh, Like that's a very good one from Shetima. Like yes, we choose
As
tolerance over tyranny.
Shetima is just doing all of what he's doing, people
Yes,
are still criticizing
criticizing. Like
him.
people will always criticize. They don't have option. And they don't have option. We don't have options too. So yeah,
We
people
just
are
have to adapt
entitled
to
to
it.
their own
That's
opinion.
just it. Starting from the royal news, Kwara government confirms statewide environmental sanitation tomorrow. The Kwara State monthly environmental sanitation exercise for the month of September will hold on Saturday as usual from 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock in the morning. This was contained in a press statement issued today from the Office of the State Commissioner for Environment, Ajia Nofisat Musa Buge. The statement enjoined residents to participate fully in the sanitation exercise by clearing and cleaning both their residential and business environment, respectively. According to the press statement signed by the press secretary of the ministry, Mrs. Shakirat Moritala, there shall be no both vehicular and human movement across the state during the period of the exercise. It stated further that the ministry will sustain the community collaboration in waste disposal that was recently adopted in the previous exercise, and as such, waste management trucks will be made available for waste collection for subsequent disposal at government-approved dump sites. I think it's our daily
Yeah, it's
usual
our
routine.
routine,
We
yes.
just urge everybody
But
to
you
just
should
comply
cooperate,
with
yes.
everything, because
Some people
even
cannot
at all,
cooperate.
even at they already told us that okay,
Every last
this is
Saturday of the
slated for
month.
7 o'clock to 10 o'clock. You
People
still see
still go
people
out,
that
so.
will still go out
People,
around that 7 o'clock.
Very, very. People, Abby, people.
Let's just say Nigerians.
Nigerians,
we
yes,
violate
Nigerians. I'm
actually.
telling you, and cleanliness is next to godliness.
Godliness,
So
yes.
we should all do well to clean our environments come Saturday. So still on the Punch newspaper this morning, I'll protect Yoruba's interests if elected president, says Atiku. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has pledged that interests of the Yoruba will occupy a topmost place in his administration's policies if elected president in 2027. He described as unfounded the narrative or fear that his presidency, if elected, might lead to House of Fulani domination over Yoruba or other ethnic groups. The entire Yoruba stock is my large extended families and in-laws, Atiku stated in a statement today issued in Abuja by his media consultant, Kola Johnson. The ex-vice president stressed that his marital and personal ties to the Yoruba made such fear baseless. Like, I don't know what's wrong with this man. It's like it doesn't have anything to say again. If not, like, this is so very, very irrelevant for him to be saying, like,
Very irrelevant,
like
headlines, news that just came out from
imagine.
like that. There are some headlines that
when
like,
you see them, you just be like, how?
Why?
Just
how?
want
to gain some kind of attraction, so that's why. Still on the royal newspaper this morning, Kwara hosts stakeholders for sustainable health programs. The Kwara State is hosting a 3-day stakeholder meeting from September 24 to 26, 2025 at the Silvergate Hotel aimed at strengthening public health sustainability. The gathering brings together government officials, health experts, and international partners to validate a cost of doing business, assessment for HIV, tuberculosis, and malaria programs. The initiative, coordinated by the National Agency for the Control of AIDS, UNAIDS, and the Global Fund, addresses declining global donor funding and prepares the state to assume full financial ownership for these health programs. Dr. Alabi Selim Babajide, Executive Secretary of the Kwara State AIDS Control Agency, noted that the assessment analyzed the state systems and program implementation over several weeks to determine the true cost of sustaining services. We are here to listen to funders who have critically analyzed the data, adding that the study will ensure a smooth transition to government-led management.
Okay, still on the Punch newspaper this morning. Olubadan coronation, Oyo gears up for historic event. ahead of the coronation of the 44th Olubadan of Ibadan land, Oba Rashid Ladoja, on Friday, September 26, 2025. The Oyo State government has expressed readiness to host the historic event. Also, security in the town had been strengthened ahead of the expected arrival of President Bola Tinubu and other important dignitaries. Yesterday, the advance team of the president arrived in Ibadan from the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, in preparation for the event. A senior security personnel who did not want his name to be told said, "We are not here to play. We want decorum. If you are not invited, we can't. Why can't you look for somewhere else to enjoy the program through available television or radio programs? Even if you are my friend or friends, stay clear of Mapo if you don't have anything to do here." Ahead of his installation, Oba Ladoja on Tuesday night began traditional rites and remained in seclusion. He will mark his 81st birthday today in seclusion, though activities were lined up across the town to celebrate the monarch. Ladoja, who would receive both the staff of office and instruments of office on Friday, September 26, succeeds Oba Owolabi Olakunleyin, who joined his ancestors on Monday, July 7, 2025, at the age of 90 years. Okay, congratulations and orders for the new Olubadan of Ibadan land. Yeah. Oh, we are going there, Najeebat.
We are going.
Let's prepare our
Emirates
cameras,
Radio
our
will be there, so don't worry. We are going to give you the latest.
All right.
Moving to the leadership newspaper this morning, CBN assures Nigerians of adequate supply of Naira notes. The Central Bank of Nigeria has assured Nigerians of adequate supply of banknotes to meet the expected surge in demand during the forthcoming Yuletide season. The assurance was given yesterday at a flag-off ceremony of a nationwide road show sensitization on proper Naira note handling organized by the Apex Bank. CBN's Deputy Governor, Bala Bello, said except there is behavioral change, poor handling of the banknotes will continue to raise the cost of printing and replacement of the currency, cause frustration in everyday transactions, and weaken confidence in the national currency. CBN's Director of Currency Operation and Branch Management Department, Dr. Sikiru Adedeji Adetono, said, "As we approach the Yuletide, the bank has made sufficient arrangements to ensure adequate supply of banknotes to meet demand nationwide. What is needed is proper handling to keep our notes clean and fit for use." Bello discouraged hoarding of the notes, especially as the festive season approaches. As the Yuletide season approaches, I must also emphasize that cash hoarding harms us all. It denies other access to cash, disrupts circulation, and puts undue strain on the system. The Director of Currency Operation and Branch Management Department, Dr. Sikiru Adedeji Adetono, who represented the Deputy Governor, stated. I hope you all comply with this.
Like seriously, I do hope
because we are used to holding
in
Nigeria, so I hope we all comply.
I pray we do comply. Okay, away from the Punch newspaper to the Daily Post this morning. This is about his replying Atiku on the Yoruba any card. He said, "Playing any card won't work." About Islam's Atiku over Yoruba comment. Veteran journalist and former presidential aide Ruben Abati has criticized former Vice President Atiku Abubakar over his recent remarks about Yoruba's interests ahead of the 2027 presidential election. Speaking on the Rise Television morning show today, Abati faulted Atiku's comment that the Yoruba should not fear his presidency because he is married to a woman from Ijesha, with whom he has children. Abati described the statements as unfortunate, accusing Atiku of tribalizing politics. He argued that a politician of Atiku's experience should focus on national issues rather than ethnic sentiment. He stressed that Nigerian expects a presidential candidate to present solutions to pressing challenges such as oil thefts, the operation of NNPCL limited insurgency, terrorism, and controversies over state funds rather than citing ethnic ties. Abasi added that Yoruba people have already produced presidents, including Olusegun Obasanjo and Bola Tinubu, and therefore do not require assurances of representation. Like, this is just apps. I don't know what's wrong with Atiku that he's trying to do whatever it is he's doing. But his advisors are not advising him well, as long as I'm concerned. Like, God is with you,
Atiku Abubakar, the Lord is with you, actually. Moving to leadership newspaper this morning. DRPC trains 150 teachers, donate ICT lab, Harvard scholarships in FCT. The Development Research and Project Center has strengthened efforts to promote digital literacy and curb school-related gender-based violence in underserved communities of the Federal Capital Territory through training, infrastructure, and scholarships. With a 5 million naira grant to a local non-governmental organizations, the Rising Hope Girls Educational Foundation, DRPC has supported the establishment of digital laboratories in 10 FCT communities, trained 150 teachers on digital literacy, and awarded 20 scholarships to indigent children in Chikakor and other communities. Speaking at the commissioning of a digital lab in Junior Secondary School, Kubwa, DRPC Executive Director Dr. Judith Han Walker said the intervention is part of our NGO support initiative designed to cushion the impact of recent funding cuts on local non-profits. Represented by the Central Director of Partnerships, Development and Communication, Azan Aliyu Karfi, she said DRPC remains committed to investing in education and supporting grassroots organizations.
Like that's a very, very good one. It's going to help a lot of
they trained 150 teachers and donated ICT labs and even awarded scholarships. And
like, it's a very, very good one.
We all need a lot of people to
push them.
Yes.
Like when they get people that push, yes. Even though it might not be all of them that are going to go towards it, but some people will be appreciated.
And as this came out of the newspaper and the media, I think some other people will be inspired
to do more.
Yeah.
It's a very good one on their part. Okay, still on the Daily Post newspaper this morning, 2027. Concerned Southeast political leaders scrutinize Peter Obi's single-term proposal. With Nigerians approaching the 2027 presidential election, some stakeholders in the Southeast have continued to scrutinize the single-term proposal by the Labour Party presidential candidate in 2023, Mr. Peter Obi. While some believe that if allowed, Obi could turn the tide around for good in Nigeria within 4 or 5 years as he proposed, others were of the view that such a time frame was not enough to fix the country. Obi had caused a stir within the political scene when he announced his plan of a one-term presidency of 5 years. During a courtesy visit to Governor Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State in August 2025, Obi said a Nigerian president should not have a second term, as it is practiced in South Korea. Obi had said, I have said it and I want to say it again in this government house, that if I have the opportunity, we should stop having a second tenure for president. It should be 5 years straight so that people can come in knowingly they have a job to do. What people do now is to be president for 1 year and use the rest of the year thinking about their next tenure. We must stop it. Let's face the real job. Do your own and go. Like, what do you think about this single tenure?
As a human being in Nigeria, like we just have to be optimistic. If at all it is going to be for 5 years, it is what he has in mind to do. That's what he's going to do. So these people that are in 4 years tenure now, it is what is in their mind that they are doing. So you can, even if he emerge as the president, it is what that is in his mind that is going to do. So we can never just say him saying that okay, when he comes for 5 years, he's going to turn everything around. Others that are here in 4 years now, they also said this, that okay,
when they wanted to come,
they will make everything. So it's just politics. Everything is just politics. So
yeah, but I feel like personally, I feel like what he said, when it is just a 5 year tenure, they are going to spend just 5 years. You know that you cannot come back. I think you are going to want to build a very good legacy for yourself. Because these 4 years people, when they come here and they spend 1.5 years or 2 years, next 2 years they spend it in campaign. They don't do anything.
Still start
So
preparing
yes, for
the
another
next
tenure.
game.
So I think it's that is point. Like that point
He
is
has the
kind
point
of
on that,
yeah, it
but
has a
on
point.
the other side, it's something else.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Moving to the Nation newspaper this morning, Association joins United Nations in global call for peace. Avera Association Worldwide has joined United Nations to mark this year's International Day of Peace, appealing for an end to conflict and a renewed commitment to global harmony. It said, "Our wearing world is crying out for peace, urging citizens to embrace non-violence and coexistence." Noting conflict, Global President Seyi Olusa said, "Wars shatter lives, displace millions, and erode dignity. International law is being floated and people are fleeing homes. All they want is peace." Olusa hinted on peace-building programs and volunteer opportunities with private bodies and government. "Where we have peace, we hope, families unite, community rebuilds, children learn and play. Peace cannot wait. Our work is now," he said.
Yeah,
We
work
should
is really
always advocate for peace,
Peace,
because
yeah.
peace is just everything.
It is everything.
Everything.
So wherever there is peace, there is growth. So yes,
Exactly.
peace is
So-
everything. So away from the Daily Post to the online newspaper this morning, Emir of Ilorin mourns Khalifa to Tijaniya Sheikh Abubakar Yusuf Agbade. The Emir of Ilorin and Chairman Kwara State Traditional Rulers Council, Mai Martaba Alhaji Dr. Ibrahim Gambari, CFR, has expressed sadness over the demise of the Grand Khalifa of the Tijaniya movements in the state, Sheikh Abubakar Yusuf Agbade. Alhaji Sulu Gambari, in a condolence message issued by his press secretary, Dr. Abdulaziz Arowona, described the incident as a colossal loss to the entire Muslim Ummah and the humanity in general. He added that the deceased was a strong and unifying factor in the Ilorin Emirates and beyond through his exceptional leadership and network within the Tijaniya movements globally with unwavering dedication to the unity of the entire human race. Alhaji Sulgan Bari, however, commiserates with the immediate family members of the late Sheikh Yusuf Agbade, friends, and the entire Tijaniya movement in Kwara State, Nigeria, and worldwide over the loss. The Emir therefore prayed that Almighty Allah forgive his shortcomings, accept his good deeds, and admit him into alternative Firdaus. Amen.
It's actually a great loss.
A very, very great loss.
Everybody at large in Kwara State. So may
not
it's
just
perfect.
Kwara State, like in the
Muslim,
Muslims,
yeah,
like
yes.
I personally know this man because where I grew up in Jos, we went to one of his madrasa in Jos. So whenever we are doing Walima to Quran or there's Maulid, it usually comes from Ilorin. Like, oh my God, his presence is amazing. You see people from different states in that place, like.
Alhamdulillah is of good
Yes,
conduct.
of
So
course it
far,
is.
what I've been hearing from
From
people,
people,
they have been saying a lot of good things about him. And may Almighty Allah show him his mercies. Still on the Nation newspaper this morning, Enugu begins transition to smart green schools. Enugu State, ushered in a new approach in its history and the life of the state's children, has it officially begun the transition from existing primary and junior secondary schools to smart green schools. Governor Peter Mba's signature initiates in the Southeast states. In a broadcast to usher in the new era, Mba said, "The shift from old school structures and learning by memorization of world-class infrastructure and experiential learning had become imperative to equip Enugu children with knowledge and skills to compete in the global economy," stressing that we are no longer a state waiting to be saved, we are a state shaping the future on our own terms. Africa today is the youngest continent in the world. More than 60% of our people are under the age of 25. By 2050, our population will reach 2.5 billion, and 1 in every 3 young people on earth will be an African. This is a stark reminder that our future will be built by young hands. This is not a we statics. It is a summon. It means that the destiny of African nations rests on what we nurture in the minds and hearts of our children.
It is beautiful. I hope like all these people that are doing good things, it's not just about doing it, it's for them to be able to continue. For them to be, when this thing are growing old, for them to bring in new technologies so that they continue to progress like
because there are many people that started this journey of innovations, and it's on the way
it's just died a natural death.
So they have to like being creative. They have to keep being creative. So that everything will just get, because if these things like this are going like progressing,
they continue to progress. If you go, another person comes, it continues to work on that thing. This
one, like it's impact. It's going to be a great impact on us and Nigerians at large.
And Africa, so not just Nigeria, Africa at large. Like what is
there are a lot of people in the UK now that are bringing their children down to Nigeria so that they can have quality. It's not that they are not giving them quality education over there, but they still value the education in Nigeria. So
the Africanness in the education in Nigeria.
Exactly. So if we can just continue with this initiative, it's going to be a very good one.
It will. So we're still on the online royal newspaper this morning. Emir, of course, again. Emir of Ilorin greets Senator Salih Mustafa at 53. The Emir of Ilorin and Chairman Kwara State Traditional Rulers Council, Memorisaba Alhaji Dr. Ibrahim Sulugambari, has rejoiced with the Turaki of Ilorin, Senator Salih Mustafa, on his 53rd birthday anniversary. Alhaji Sulugambari, in a goodwill message issued yesterday by spokesman Dr. Abdulaziz Arona, applauded the Turaki of Ilorin for his quality presentation as a lawmaker representing Kwara Central Senatorial District at the National Assembly. The monarch commended Senator Mustafa for his numerous contributions to growth and development of humanity in general through his Salih Mustafa Foundation and other philanthropic platforms. The Emir prayed Almighty Allah to grant the lawmaker more wisdom, strength, and comfort in the discharge of his service to the people of Kwara Central and humanity in general.
Congratulations today.
To his boyfriend. You know, young girls like this man.
Me personally, I'm happy.
I'm crushing. Like so many young ladies are crushing on this one. They're like, oh, their boyfriend.
Like
okay.
When I saw the news, I was surprised. 53rd
imagine.
Wow, and still looking
so
young.
good.
Like there are a lot of people in their 50s now. Yes, you can see how well is a rich person.
Rich,
it takes care of himself. So
happy birthday to the
single
ladies squash.
We are expecting gifts, Sha.
Okay.
Moving to the Punch newspaper this morning, Tinubu urges Commonwealth to award 2030 Games to Nigeria. President Bola Tinubu has again expressed Nigeria's readiness to host the 2030 Commonwealth Games as the country hopes to make history as the first African nation to host the game. This will be a very good one if we are able to host it. The 2030 Commonwealth Games will also mark the century celebration of the event, which was first held in Hamilton, Canada in 1930. Commonwealth Sports President Donald Rukari confirmed earlier this month that Nigeria will face competition from India as the two countries that have put in bids to hold the 2030 edition of the Games after both met the August 31 deadline. Nigeria had penciled Abuja as a preferred host city, while Ahmedabad was put forward to India. In a passionate message to the Commonwealth, Tinubu described Nigeria as the gateway to Africa and urged the body to recognize the continent's central place and the future of the game. To the Commonwealth family, this is time for Africa, Tinubu wrote in posts. After 100 years of the Commonwealth Games, they have never been hosted on Africa's soil. By bringing the Commonwealth Century Games to Nigeria in 2030, you will send a powerful message that every region of the Commonwealth matters and that Africa is not only part of the story but central to its future.
Yeah, Africa is really central to its future. And I really hope we do win this bid. It's not in India, but when you talk, say the Commonwealth. And Tinubu is still the president of the Commonwealth.
Yes.
So what is wrong with this?
It's going to be a very great achievement. Very,
very big.
Because there are a lot of people that even wants to visit
Nigeria, and then it's going to be an opportunity
for them to just come down to Nigeria and see beautiful things. Please hand this over to Nigeria. Hand this over to Africa. We can do it. We'll bring it home for you guys.
And we'll do it better. Not we can do. We'll do it better.
Exactly.
So yes. Our time is fast spent, so I think I'm going to take this as my last this morning. Okay. You have one more to go, right?
Yeah, just
and lastly, on the Punch newspaper this morning, Ibas meets Tinubu, EFCC chair in Aso Rock. The immediate past River State Administrator, Vice Admiral Ibas Eket, was on Wednesday in Aso Rock, where he was received by President Bola Tinubu in company with the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, and the Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Ola Olukayode. Ibas, who bowed out as Rivers Administrator on September 17th after spending 6 months in the saddle, arrived at the State House at about 6 p.m. and was ushered into the meeting by Edun and Olukayode. Wednesday's meeting comes 3 days after the erstwhile sole administrator rejected calls by the Rivers State House of Assembly to probe spending during a 6-month watch. Edun had been cited arriving at the villa yesterday evening. However, he returned later carrying a file. Details of the meeting were not made public at the time of filing this report, although one source close to the president confirmed that Ibas' appearance is connected to his 6-month stewardship in the oil-rich state. One contacted for comments, media aide to the former Rivers State Administrator, Hector, said he was not aware of the meeting. I don't know what this man is afraid of. They say they want to probe you for just 6 months, and he's saying no. That is why Nigeria
is scared.
Well, that means he has done something.
Yes, actually.
Something is hiding that he doesn't know. What is it?
He's scared.
He's scared.
He does not want to end up like Natasha and Co. So that's why.
Okay.
Lastly, on the Punch newspaper this morning, we won't be able to take this stories. Just the headline: Timi Dakolo offers to pay school fees for struggling parents. If you want the full story, you can go to the Punch newspaper. Timi Dakolo's offers to pay school fees for struggling parents.
That's a very good one from the Timi Dakolo. Like, it's going to
ease Nigerian
so many singer. Yes, it's going to ease so many parents. Like, they'll be like, oh God, it is off the table, and they'll be able to do other things as well.
Exactly.
So, if you want to read that news and other news we've taken, just go through them on online newspaper, Punch newspaper, the Leadership newspaper,
the Nation newspaper.
Okay. So thank you for staying with us this morning. I am Latifah Ibrahim-Arowona, and
I am Najeebat Oyerinde. Do have a wonderful day ahead.